So good evening, everyone. Let's wait for some time for others to join, and then we'll start the session. Let's wait for others to join. Okay, we'll start in a few minutes. Till now, the participants are 93. I'm excluding myself and Sushmita ma'am. So total 95 is there. Let's wait for others and then we'll start in some time. Okay, so now, yes, we can join. Yeah, very good evening. Now I guess we can start. It's 100 plus candidates. So yesterday we discussed some topics like a Fibonacci series and how to reverse a string in Java, how to find prime numbers. So today we'll be seeing the assignment part. If you have done it, I guess 2 or 3 students have sent me the code. Yesterday, a few of them sent Abdul, Kanishwar, they have sent me the codes. So the task was pretty much simple. It was to reverse a number in Java. So let's try to see that. These are some basic logic building exercises. Once we are okay with this, then of course we can go ahead and start our main part. So I'll be sharing my screen shortly with you. I'm opening Eclipse. And then today we'll see some more things. If time permits, we'll go with the basics of time complexity. And then of course from tomorrow, the question level will be harder. Again, those who are from management background and non-IT background, I would request you to give more time to coding so that you get fruitful results. So now I believe my screen should be visible to you. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So you can see the screen, and now let me open Eclipse. So here we are into Eclipse, and we had a folder called Byte Excel DSA. Yeah. 2 days are completed. New package day 3. Today is our day 3. So we'll be writing code in this. Our first task was to reverse a number. So let's see how we can do a reversal of a number. So now, initially, if I have a number, something called int num is equals to 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Fine. So now the answer for this should be 875,321. So let me just print my original number. My original number is plus num. And my reverse number is, I'll take a variable reverse num. For now, we don't have it. So let's just print original number. Yeah. See, we get my original number is fine. So good Piyush Tyagi. Right. So now let's try to see that. So here we come and we take a one more int and this int. Okay, let's keep this line down. Anyways, it will not change. So int reverse num, and this one will be 0 initially, and we'll take a variable called r. Now this is my approach. You can have your approach. While number is greater than 0. If your number is greater than 0, of course, it is greater than 0 as of now. So at that time, you do some sort of logic. The logic would be pretty much simple. You do some modulus operation. So you do r is equals to num mod 10. What this mod will tell, it will remove your last digits. It will remove first 8, then 7, then 5, because you are dividing it by 10. So reverse num is equals to reverse num. You will get that variable into reverse num multiplied by 10. So again, you are removing 8 and then multiplied by 10. So you get 80. Then 7, you get 78. Then 5, you have 578. So you get 875,321, the reverse number. But then plus r you do. What you do is reverse multiplied by 10 plus r. You get a big number. And then you will take number is equals to number divided by 10. If you need, we'll do the debugging of this code as well. So now we will get the answer. I'm sure about it. Let's see. See, my okay. While reverse number is fine. So maybe here I need to put this one in this. Okay, original number is coming 0. Reverse number it's showing, it's giving you in this fashion. So let's put it outside the loop. Okay. reverse number is coming here for sure. So we are getting reverse number for sure. But then the fact is we are not getting it the way we want. Duplicate the value of original number. Duplicate the value of original number. Fine. So reverse is equals to 0 r, and while num is greater than 0, r is equals to num mod 10. Reverse number is equals to reverse number multiplied by 10 plus r. Okay. Number is equal to num mod 10. Okay, fine. So here, if I give it, I don't need this one. Original number is coming 0 here. Reverse number is coming correct, but then original number is coming 0. So of course we need to print original number at top. Exactly. Original number, we need to keep it on top here because now original number is nothing. So now it should work fine. See, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 is here, and 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1 is here. Because after the loop, the original number, yeah, put line number 13. Yes, Abdul, sure. 8, 7 anywhere. So here you see we have our original number and here we have our reverse number. So is this clear or should we do the debug and see? See line by line the code? Or this is understood? Because at last, the same line here, this number is becoming 0. See, because we are extracting all the values from this number. So is this clear? Anyone any doubts in this? Again, this was the assignment given to you, but of course, once you do, you come to know how many mistakes you do, and it's fine. Is this clear? Anyone any doubts? Fine. So now let's do something else, and maybe we'll go with the loops part. So arrays and all we'll do. So now let's open Notepad. I guess most of you are from programming background. If not, again, you have been doing it from last 2 days. So I have a string called apple, and I want to see the count of P in apple. Of course, it's 2. P is coming 2 times. So my answer would be something like the count of P in apple is 2. Again, I'll give you the proforma for it. We can have pineapple, we can have any count of particular alphabet in a string. So just to show you, I'll give you the code, starting code, and then I'll ask you to do it yourself. Count character, fine. So here I have my string, and it's going to be so this is given to you. You can have multiple approaches. You can use for each loop, maybe you can use if else condition, but caret you will use only. So what is your approach? Please try to do it. Is the question understood? See, this is the question. Count of P in apple. Alphabet P. Of course, then we'll change the alphabets, but we'll get the result like same. Okay, Dishant, we send a counter. C is equals to 0 for int. Okay. Just okay, fine. True. I'm giving you just 2 minutes to do it. If you're not able to do it, we'll do it together. Okay. It's not very hard, but then of course, try to do it. Seven twenty by 719 by 720, and I'll start doing it. Count of char in a string. Okay, so now let's move toward the solution. So we come here and char. Char is for individual character. Target is equals to, you take it in single quotes. Double quotes are not allowed because of ASCII rule, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. You cannot have it in double quotes or else it will be a string. Char are always in single quotes characters. So we take a counter variable. Initially the counter would be 0. So we'll use a for loop for int I is equals to 0. I is less than fruit. Why fruit? Because this is my string here, dot length. And then I'll increment I. And then I'll just put a condition if fruit dot char at index of I if is equals to the target. Why I am taking target dynamic? Because we can put any alphabet here and any target here. It will automatically target it. At that time, what you do, you increase the count. Right? The count of target in fruit maybe here is plus count. Now when I run this, I should see the count of P in apple is 2. For example, if I had a pineapple here. Of course, it should show 3. If I put E here, it should tell 2. So it's working, and it's working fine. We can see it. So it's pretty much simple. You can see here, not very hard. But then, of course, it helps us building the logic. We understand it, okay, how it worked. Okay, Piyush, correct. So now we'll just, are you all aware of arrays in Java? Is the array topic clear, or should we go with the basic of array? Are you all aware of array in Java? Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Abdul, yes. Yes. Okay. Piyush also says. Fine. So if you're aware of arrays, will not be, sir, please explain again. Okay. What do you want? 7, Pallavi? It's simple. Pallavi, what we have said is, see, we are telling string fruit is equals to pineapple. Okay. This is my string. And my target is E. And what I'm telling is, initially the count is 0. I'm telling I'm running a for loop that will go through this entire thing, Pineapple. So it is less than fruit dot length, and I'm incrementing I. So I'm checking if fruits dot char at means it will check the each character. If it is equals to target, my target is E. So at that time you increase the count. So then I'm telling the count of target means E in fruit. Fruit means pineapple is count. So whatever count is there. So this is how we are doing it. Fine. So arrays, I believe you all know it. So now let's go with some array questions. Fine. So I have a string called here new. Reverse of word. Of course, we'll be using split method that comes from array. And here I have a string input is equals to I love Java. We'll be using split method and all. And now what I want is the output should be input is I love Java. I want the output to be Java love I. We are dealing with this question. Reversing of words. Is the question understood, everyone? Is the question clear? Yeah. Thanks. So now try to find the solution. If not, we'll do it together. Take your time to do it, it's fine. I got one answer. Yeah, that is correct approach, Jatush. Let's see for others. What is your approach? Okay, Swasth has different approach, BB has different approach. Fine. So now let's go with the easiest way. So now here we come and we'll write, we'll split the string into words. Like whatever words are there, we'll try to just use that words. So I can come and tell a string array of words equals to input. When I'm telling, I'm denoting my this variable input dot, and then I have split, and on what basis I'm splitting the input? On the basis of space. Fine. So now if I, okay, a syntax error. So if I try to print my words now, Urthi, okay, yes dear. So now if I try to print my words, let's see what happens. See, we are getting gibberish, we are getting some memory location. We are not getting the entire word, but then we are getting the memory location. And then of course, if I try to print the input, of course, it would be I love Java. Right? So we'll keep the input here. Here we are just getting some memory location. So what will come here and tell? Reverse the words now. So for that, I'll use a for loop. Again, we'll be iterating through everything. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than words dot length -1. Why -1? Or else it will give us out of bound error, index out of bound. I is greater than equals to 0. If I don't use greater than equals to 0, my last word will not be included. Again, we can see that I minus minus once we do code. Then system.out.println. So I'll use print. and words of I plus a space. So now this code I believe should run. Okay, let's see someone's approach. Dipesh. Okay. He's using without video. Of course, there are multiple ways of doing it. Fine. Carrot also we can use, of course. So there are in chats, I'm seeing some message. Jatush, we have to use loop to print as they are printing an array. Okay, fine, exactly. So it says that okay, I is greater than equals to 0. Fine. 1 minute. I did some mistake here, and it's words dot okay. 1 minute. Mistake in for loop. Yeah, I can see that for int I is equals to 0. Oh, I is equals to 0. No, I is equals to words dot length. Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, see, we get the answer. Yeah. If I don't use -1, you will see the error out of bound, index out of bound something, index out of bound. So I need to use -1. And if I don't use greater than equals to, so that it will, you will not see I guess here. You just see love Java. So here we did it. Now I want you to just do a simple thing wherein we try to count the vowels. Everybody of us know what are vowels. Vowels are basically A, I, E, I, O, U that gives sound to the alphabets or words. So A, E, I, O, U are vowels. We will be using logical and or sorry, logical or. That means this double pipe symbol to find the number of vowels in a given string. And after we are done with this question, I'll teach you how to find time complexity. After this question, of course, we'll go with time complexity. But after this, so first I'll give you a string. My string maybe would be demo is equals to hello world. So now vowels here are 3. E, O, and O. So you need to find the number of vowels in a particular string. Very good evening, Lavanya. Yes, Purti, correct. Let's wait for 2 minutes for others to join. If they are able to do, well and fine. If not, I'll show you the answer. And then we'll go with the time complexity. Yeah. Good evening, Nikodi. Yeah. Good evening. So now let's try to do it. And I know most of you are waiting for calculation of time complexity. We'll do it. Okay. Don't worry. So first we come here and count vowels. So we have a string demo, that is hello world. Fine. So let me print my string first. Yeah, it's hello world. And now we want to check the number of vowels. So we'll go with the, since we are not having any capital here, or else we can do dot lowercase, that will remove the uppercase, that will convert uppercase to lowercase. Dot trim will remove extra spaces, but we are not going to do anything like that for now. We just will go straight to the business. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than demo dot length, I plus plus. So now here we will write some logic. A character variable ch is equals to demo dot char at I. So we'll have to take a vowel count. So first we'll come here and tell vowel count, int vowel count. Initially my vowel count would be 0. And then we'll use the if statement. If character is equals to A or E, I, O, if it's any of this character, what you do? You do vowel count plus plus. And then here we come and print. number of vowels in demo is plus vowel counts. So the number of vowels in hello world is 3. Yeah, you can have any way of there are multiple ways. See, it will not be possible for me to complete all the ways. So now let's see the time and space complexity. So basically, what is time complexity? We'll go with this. Time complexity. Amount of time taken for an algorithm to solve a question. So everybody knows what is time complexity in general, but then how do we calculate it? That is a big challenge, correct? So the worst cases taken into account, worst cases are considered, and we optimize for best cases. So O of 1 is best. Then you have O log n. Then you have O of 1. This one is linear time. Then you have O of n square, like n raised to the power of 2. So this is like twice the time of this one, O of 1. So these are all terms. Let's try to understand it first. So maybe I'll share a small PPT and then a code and then the code explanation. Please pay attention here. Even the PPT is important and the code will be the explanation to it. So here we see a data structure is a systematic way of organizing and storing data in a computer so that it can be accessed and used efficiently by algorithms. The choice of an appropriate data structure is crucial for writing efficient, scalable data software. So, why data structures are important? Efficiency. They allow for faster retrieval, means we can get data easily, insertion and deletion of data, which reduces time complexity and improves overall performance. Organization. Data structure provides a logical and mathematical model for organizing large complex sets of information, making the code simpler to understand and maintain. Algorithm design. Many algorithms are built on specific data structures, and understanding them helps in designing effective solutions for complex problems. Real world modeling. They enable the representation of real world scenarios such as social networks, graphs, file system trees, and databases hash tables. So classification of data structure, you have linear and non-linear. In linear data structure, of course, you have arrays that is there, and in non-linear data structure, of course, you have tree and graph. In linear, you have dynamic data structure as well, queue, stack, and linked list. Stack, demo, and dynamic. So types of data structure. Data structures are broadly classified into two main categories: linear data structure Elements in a linear data structure are arranged in a sequential order with each element connected to the previous and next adjacent element. Arrays, linked lists, stacks, and queues are example of this. Array is a collection of data of the same type stored in contiguous memory locations, continuous memory locations, allowing for fast random access by index. Arrays are zero index, they are in square brackets. Linked list element nodes are stored at non-continuous memory location and linked together using pointers. They are efficient for frequent insertions and deletions. Stacks, a linear structure that follows last in, first out. LIFO principle. Operations include push, add, and pop remove from only one end. So basically, you have stack of plates. In that way, you can imagine it. And queues, a linear structure that follows first in, first out principle. Items are at one end rear and removed from the other end. Just like you have a bus wherein you enter from the back and leave the bus from the front door. That is a simple example of first in, first out. Nonlinear data structures. So basically, elements in nonlinear data structures are not arranged in a single sequence and can connect to multiple other elements in a hierarchical or network manner. Tree, a hierarchical structure with a single top node called the root and sub-child nodes branching out below. They are commonly used to represent file systems and for efficient search. A popular variation is the binary search tree, BST, which allows for quick search operations. Graphs, a collection of node vertices connected by links, edges. They are used to model relationships between objects such as social networks, transportation systems, and website links. Hash tables, a structure that uses a hash function to map key to values for very fast data retrieval. They are ideal for implementing dictionaries. Dictionary means key value pairs and database indexing. So now common operations, various operations can be performed on data structures: insertion, deletion, searching, sorting, traversal. Traversal means going through each and every element. Now this is your most important thing. If you see big O complexity chart, O of 1, O log n and O of n. Today, I'll teach you what is O of 1 and O of n. O of 1 means best use case. You can see there is an excellent range, then you have a good range, then you have a fair range, then you have bad range, and then you have horrible range. So this is your horrible range, and this is your excellent range. So we'll see today a code, two types of codes that will solve the same question, but the amount of time taken would be, first we'll go with O of n. O of n means it will take n number of elements. N will be your input, and then we'll go with the same code that takes O of 1. Again, see this chart if you want, because this is the big O complexity chart. Many new learners have issues regarding time complexity. We'll sort it today in such a way that at least you understand 50% of the concept. And of course, later on in coming classes, we will have one more in-depth knowledge of the code. We'll try to debug the code. We'll do the same procedure as we are doing today to understand the working of the code internally. Today, I'll be using two approaches. Maybe later on, I'll use three approaches so you understand the optimized version of the code. So, big O notation. So, big O notation is a mathematical tool used in computer science to describe the efficiency and scalability of algorithm by estimating their worst case time and space requirements as the input size denoted as n grows. So our input would be n. Whatever input that we give, that would be called n. It can be 1, 10, 100, whatever number it is. So time complexity. Time complexity measures how the execution time of an algorithm grows with the size of the input. It's not about measuring the exact time in seconds. It's not about time in seconds or minute, which can vary by machine. Because if you are using a very high computer, of course, your high configuration computer, your algorithm will run faster. My algorithm, if I'm using a i3 version, it will work slower. But rather than the number of operations and their growth rate relative to n. O of 1 constant time, this is the best. The number of operations remain the same regardless of the input size. Accessing an element by its index is an example. So we'll see one code today with O of 1. O of 1, we'll see one code today for sure. Then O log n. So this one, the execution time grows logarithmically as the input size increases. Algorithm that uses a divide and conquer. Once we complete our linear search, then we'll go with the binary search. At that time, we'll see divide and conquer. For now, we will not be seeing divide and conquer because it breaks the entire array into two parts. If you need a sorted data for it, approach such as binary search on a sorted array exhibit this behavior. So logarithmic time we'll see later on. We'll see today constant time and we'll see linear time. The linear time O of n, the execution time is directly proportional to the input size. A single loop that iterates through all elements of an array has O of n time complexity. This also you will understand today. Today my target is you should understand O of 1 and O of n. So let me put that in the chat box so that at the end when I do it, you should understand O of 1, best time case. And you should understand today O of n. Since I have been teaching to you from last 2 days, you know if I tell something, I back it with some values. Linear time. Linear time means as your input grows, your time will grow. Fine. So now this is, after this you have O n log n linear arithmetic time. Common in effective sorting algorithms like merge sort, O n square quadratic time. This is taking 3 times, 4 times the time quadratic time. The execution time is proportional to the square of the input size typically seen in algorithm with nested loops like bubble sort. Exponential to time O2O to the power of n. The time doubles with each increase in the input size. Recursive calculations. Oops. 1 minute. Recursive calculations are there in that. Space complexity. So space complexity measures how the memory usage of an algorithm grows with the size of the input. They include both the space required for the input itself and any additional auxiliary space the algorithm needs during execution, such as new variables or data structure. For example, when on the first day or second day, on the second day we were doing swap two variables without using third variable and swap two variables with the help of third variable. So when we were taking third variable, we were using extra space. So we have O of I constant space, O of 1, the memory's usage remains constant regardless of the input size. This is typical for algorithms that store data in place without creating new data structures. O of n linear space, the memory grows, usage grows linearly with the input size. Creating a new array of the same size as the input result will result in O of n space complexity of O of n square quadratic space. The memory usage increases proportionally to the square of the input size. Storing an adjacency matrix for a graph can have this complexity. Fine. So now key rules for big O analysis. When analyzing complexity with big O, generally the focus is on the worst case scenario and the dominant terms of the function that describes the growth rate. Worst case, big O usually describes the upper bound of an algorithm's performance, representing the maximum time or space it might need. Ignore constant. Constant factors are ignored because they don't affect the overall growth trend as n gets very large. Example, O 2 n times is simplified to O of n. Drop non-dominant terms when an algorithm has multiple complexities. Example, O n square plus n, only the term with the highest growth rate is kept. So O of n square is called. So that's it. Now, I've already put in chat what I'm going to make sure that you learn by the end of this session. And for that, again, we'll come to Notepad and one task for you, write a Java code to find the sum of numbers from 1 to 1000. Since I have done it a few times, the answer would be 500, 500. But then our target here is to learn first, you need to write a code in Java that will sum numbers from 1 to 1000, like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. We are not interested in the answer, but we are now interested in how computer is working behind the scene. So you understand O of 1 and O of n very clearly. Please write the code. Okay, fine. So I'm getting some answers. I'm giving you 2 minutes to write it. Then I'll write it and we'll debug the code and you will understand it, what it is. O of 1 and O of n. Fine. So now here we come, new class sum 1000. Okay, I want a sum till 1000, so I'm putting sum 1000. Krishna has written very good code. There is a reason why I'm telling very good code. See, now let's try to write it. So I'll make a static method and I'll call that method directly. Hope everyone is aware of what is a static method. Static method means you don't need to create an object. You can directly call it. Fine. So now let's make a static method here. If it was not static method, we need to create an object sum 1000 ss is equals to new sum 1000. So I'll make a static method only. Static int add up. So now this integer would be a number. Okay. Now int sum is equals to 0. Initially my sum is 0. Okay. And then I'm using a for loop. For int I is equals to 0. I is less than equals to num. I plus plus sum plus equals to I. And now we need to just return sum. Since sum is an integer, it will work fine. And now I'm calling it. So I'll just come and tell system.out.println and then add up. And I want to add up till 1000 numbers. So this is the code. This is my way of writing it. And see, it says 500, 500, fine. So now what I tell you, this code is taking O of n time. How many of you understand it when I tell it's taking O of n times? Please put it in chat box. If you understand, tell yes. If you don't understand, tell no. And I'll tell you why it's taking O of n time. Everybody knows it takes O of n time. If you don't know, please tell no in chat box. It's fine. Okay, Abdul says no, fine. Fair enough. Jatush says yes. Okay, fine. Even if there is one no, I said I'll tell. Okay, fine. So computer is taking 1000 steps to find the answer. So it's O of n. If it was 500, computer will take 500 steps. Okay. Okay, let's do it, the debug and see. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Those who said no, don't worry. Please pay a bit more attention. Those who said no. Okay. So I'll put my breakpoints here. This is the best way to learn. We'll not be doing 1000 steps, don't worry. But then I'll just show you how it's taking 1000 steps. So first we all know how it's 500, 500 coming. What we are doing is, we are just doing here 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Like that we are going till plus 999 plus 1000. Is this clear? Is this line clear, students? How we are getting 500, 500? Is this line clear or not clear? Yeah, fine. So this way we are getting 500, 500. So the computer is taking 5000 steps when I'm telling it. Let me show you, break it down and show you. Okay, I'll break down it and show you. I have already put the breakpoints here. I'll debug this code. So you get a very clear understanding of what is O of n and what is O of 1. So then I'll do Windows, perspective, reset perspective. If you understand this, believe me, your lifelong confusion for this thing will go away. So see, right now my number is 1000, it says, correct? So now I'm stepping over. I already put a breakpoint. My sum is currently 0. I am returning sum, correct? See now 0, it's coming up. Now the number is 1, 0 plus 1. So now the sum is 1. Now I is 2. So 1 plus 2, here you should see 3 sum. See, the sum is 3. Now the next number is 3. So I will be 3, sum will be 1 plus 2 plus 3. So it's going to be 6. See, I is 3 and now sum should be 6. See, the sum is 6 here. Please pay attention here, students. Hope the screen is visible. So now the next number I will be 4 and then 6 plus 4, the sum would be 10. I is 4, the number would be 10. Again, I would be 5, the number would be 15. I is 5, so 10 plus 5, 15. Then I is 6, the number would be 15 plus 6, 21. So until here, is it clear, students? Is this clear? Please tell yes or no. Okay, thank you, Ganga. What about others? So the computer is taking 1000 steps. So it is going one by one, one by one. If I start running it, it will take about 2 hours here only. One number it is adding. If you want, you can do it maybe when you are free, or maybe we can reduce this number. So it's taking O of n time. What is our n? Our n is 1000 because that is the input that we are giving. So it is taking 1000 steps here. Input is equals to 1000. So 1000 steps to get the answer. So this one is O of n. It is also not very bad, but we can do it in optimized way. Suppose this number was 1 million, 10 lakh it was there, 1 million. It will take 1 million steps. So the number grows, this one will grow. There is a better way of doing it. First, this code is understood, I believe, by everyone. I can see the yeses and I'm happy. Fine. So now let's go with a better approach. So now here we come again and we'll write one more code, but then you see the difference now. Class, and this one I'll call it fast 1000. Why? Because I want to get the output fast. So here we come, and this one takes only 3 steps. Now this code is having a O of 1 time complexity. It is the best case. Why? Because it takes only 3 steps. No matter whatever is your input size. Okay, I know it will not be meaningful right now. Once I write the code, you will get the idea. Okay, so again, I'll write static method int and then add me. And what we are going to add int and only same thing. But then of course, we are going to tell int sum. If you are having calculators, you can use your calculator as well. We'll do it. So n would be there. And board mass rule, I hope we know bracket open, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So first it will open the bracket, n plus 1 it will do. And then let's divide it by 2 and then return sum. So now here, if I come and tell add me and then 1000. Fine. So now also we'll get 500, 500. Okay, but then here computer has taken only 3 steps. Why? Let's see the calculator first. Let's do it on calculator, then we'll do it on computer as well. Okay, don't worry. So what is our number? Our number was 1000, correct? But board mass rule is there. So first we'll open the bracket. 1000 plus 1 is equals to 1001. You divide it by 2. What happens? 500.5, and then you multiply it by n. N was 1000. So we get 50500. In 3 steps, let's try to debug this code and see. This code we already debugged and we saw. It was taking 1000 steps. And now let's try to debug this one also and see it takes only 3 steps. No matter whatever is the number. Whatever is your number, it is not worried about it. It will take only 3 steps. It's coming here only, pointing here only. I don't know why. Maybe I need to close this one. Windows, perspective, reset perspective. Okay, maybe it will have to run till the end. Okay, that is the breakpoint rule. So I'll close it and again start it, then it will work. Then we'll see the debugging of the second code. Because maybe Eclipse is giving issues here. Yeah, so here we have Eclipse. It's open. So Byte Excel DSA. Here we have day 3. And then we had fast 1000. Yeah, this was the code. So we have breakpoints here. Let's try to debug this one. Yeah, now we are into fast 100. Windows, perspective, reset perspective. And you will see. See, we are starting from n. We are starting from n directly. So n is 1000 here, the argument given. And then we come here, we get the answer directly, and then we print the answer. We got the answer directly. So is this understood? Like, is this clear? Both code are giving us the same answer, but the amount of time taken for computation is different because the logic is different. So if you go for everything, you will get O of 1. You go for each element in the array also. So that becomes O of n. But then if you do a shortcut, you get O of 1 best time case. No matter whatever is your number, you will take only 3 steps. Fine. Anyone any doubts, please ask me. Because a lot of beginners have doubt in this. And of course, as a teacher, it's my responsibility to solve your doubts. Fine. So now here we come. And let's try to do something else. So hope if you have understood this also, believe me, today's session was successful because this is the main important thing for time and space complexity. If you have understood this, of course, the rest all things you can even find out yourself. Anagram. So what is an anagram? Anyone any idea? What is anagram? No idea. Okay, fine. Anagram is basically two words that rearrange the alphabet. No, sir, not in about anagram, please. Okay, fine. Anagram is basically we rearrange the words. We rearrange the alphabets, I should write. To make new words. But we use same alphabets. For example, listen and silent. They are anagram. Right? Again, let's go to Google and check. Of course, I believe I tried to justify the definition, but still, what is anagram? An anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase using all original letters exactly. For example, part, trap, hurt, earth, of course. I was not having this many examples. Part, trap, hurt, heart, earth. So these are all examples of anagram. So we need to now write the code for anagram. See, now we will not be going through all this. So basically, anagram is, this is an example. Hope you understood what is an anagram. So I want you to write code for an anagram. I'll give you two strings. You need to check are they anagram or not. So, of course, I'll give you the one that I saw. They are anagram, of course. Please find if they are anagram or not. Of course, we'll be doing coding together. The whole idea today was to make you understand that you have understood time complexity or not. Again, we have good code base for other things as well. We will see log n also what it is, O of one what it is, best case, use case, worst scenarios, everything we'll see. But I would request you to take a photo of this code if you want to understand it and this code. And even after the class, you can run this code and debug and see. Maybe you can teach your friends also, those who have confused in this, because if you teach, you will of course learn yourself also. So this is our O of n because it's taking n number of operations. If 1000 input is there, it's taking 1000 operations to get the result. And this is your O of 1. Why O of 1? Because it takes only 3 steps, no matter whatever is your input. Even if you put here 10,000, it takes only 3 steps. But if you put 10,000 here, it will take 10,000 steps. So it is O of n. O of n is also not bad. But then when you have O of n square, this we'll see later on. What is O of n square and how we can reduce the time complexity for that also. No, I'm asking for you to write the code. I'm not coding anything. Now I'll start doing the coding part. Because this is how the pattern will go. I'll give you a question. I'll ask you to code. If you are not able to code, then we'll code together. As and when the course moves forward, I'll be doing less coding, you will be doing more coding. Because it's for your placement, DSA mastery. Of course, I'll try to give solution of most of the questions. Some I'll leave as an assignment for you. So now I got a couple of answers only. Fine. So now let's try to see. So here we come and tell. Let's convert it into a character array. S1 dot to char array means we are converting it into a character array. Char B S2 dot to char array. Okay. So now let's try to first, okay, convert string to char array. First we are doing it this and then sort both. Let's sort both of them. So we come and tell arrays dot sort A because we have taken here char array and then arrays dot sort. You'll get import automatically. If you don't get, please try to take it manually. So now we are going to check. We have sorted it, converted into first an array and then sorted if arrays dot equals. If we are checking if A is equals to B, at that time what you do is print and give me anagrams. Else tell me these are not anagrams. Fine. So now let's try to run this and see. See, it says anagrams. But then if I change something to RT and Earthar, it should say not anagrams. If I put here race and Harty, they are not, of course. But then if I put here race and care, this one should say anagrams. Is this clear, students, what I did? Anyone any doubts? I have written the comments also. That's the reason. First, we converted them to a string array, convert string to char arrays. Then we sorted them. And then, of course, okay, good. So if you have doubts, of course, feel free to ask. If you don't have doubts, we can, of course, move ahead. So now, let's again take some questions. So I'll give you an array and you need to find the maximum element in that array, okay? I'm giving you an array. You need to find the, sir, can you explain? Okay, Vishal is asking for explain. Okay, Vishal, what we did is we converted the string to a char array. So basically character is again an inbuilt thing in Java. It's a data type. Square bracket means array. At the beginning only I asked, do we know arrays? And everyone, most of us said yes. So I did not went through the array part. So S1 to char array. So every character here is an array now. C is an in a part of array. So like A is part of array. So now this becomes a, when we do split, we break it according to the condition. If we are having a hyphen or a comma or a space or a double or single quotes. So now here we are converting it into character array. Then we are sorting both of them, A and B, and then we are checking if they are anagrams. We put anagrams. If they are not anagrams, we are telling not anagrams. Anagrams means, of course, we have seen what is an anagram. Anagram is something that uses the same amount of alphabets to create a new word. It has same alphabets. So now, do we know what is palindrome? Do we all know what is palindrome? Yeah. What is palindrome? Can I get a suggestion? One, two. Yeah, yeah, of course. For string, if I write a string called Nitin, one of my friend is Nitin. Exactly. It is palindrome. Of course, dad, mom, these words are also palindrome. And it can be read the same from both the sides. So can we get a code for this? Of course, if you have done reverse a string yesterday, if you know this, you know 50% of the answer, maybe 75% of the answer. Yesterday we did this. If you know this thing, you know 75% of the answer. Exactly. Yes, we shall. So now, yesterday I guess we did a reverse a string. So now palindrome. So I have a string. Name is equals to Nitin. And of course, I will need to find is it palindrome or not. Please try to exactly. Yes, Ananya. Please try to code for this. If you want, you can take help of this code. Yesterday we did it. So students, your attendance link has been shared by ma'am. Please fill up the attendance sheet. Again, you asked for attendance sheet. So the thing is I'm sharing it with you. Ma'am has already shared the attendance sheet. Please share the attendance, fill up the attendance, and then we'll see the code for this. I give you 2 minutes of time to please fill up the attendance and then we'll go for it. Okay. Please fill up the attendance. Okay, so already we have seen how to reverse something. So let's take the same logic. String reverse equals to an empty string. Fine. Of course, string is a class, so it should be in capital. My bad. Fine. So for first we'll write the same reverse logic, no changes in it, and then just add an if else. Pinky Yadav, where were you, dear? Shared. Okay. So here you can see for int I is equals to name dot length -1. I is greater than equals to 0, 0. I minus minus. Rev is equals to rev. Yes, Paul. Name dot caret I. And then reverse. Fine. So now if I run this, it says, okay, a semicolon is missing. It says Nitin only. Why? Because if I put here Y, now it's opposite here, you can see. So now if I come here and tell if name dot equals ignore case rev, at that time what you do is you print it's palindrome, else you print not palindrome. Now this one should print. Okay, fine. Not palindrome, it's palindrome. Okay, 1 minute. What am I doing? Should I need to write it down? Maybe here. Okay. It's palindrome, correct? If I do, not palindrome. If I write here mom, it says it's palindrome. If I write here mommy, it is not palindrome. Hope you got an idea what I did. It's just an inbuilt thing. Name is this one. Equals ignore case. You ignore the cases. If it is capital or small, not an issue. You write the reverse. And then of course you are printing the reverse as well. And you are checking if it's palindrome or it's not palindrome. So anyone any doubts in this? Any doubts anyone? How to go with the palindrome? Of course, you can have your own way. It's not like this is the only way. But of course, I believe this one is a better, simpler way. Here is the palindrome. Palindrome is a string that is the same when you write, for example, race car. So if I write also, it is race car only. I take RACECAR. So now this one should print its palindrome. And the opposite is also race car. But then if I do race car, so now it's going to be ace car. So it will print here ace car and it will tell it's not palindrome. Is this understood now? Most welcome, dear. Right? So this is how you do it. Okay, these are inbuilt things in computer. In every programming language, you have dictionaries and lambda expressions in your Python. Of course, in JavaScript, you have objects and then DOM manipulation and camel case notation. In the same way, in Java also you have this thing. So now let's try to find the maximum element in an array. So now I'll give you an array and I'll ask you to find which is the maximum element in that. You are free to use a static method or do the code directly. So basically, I'll show the question, I'll show you the answer. I'll not show you the code as of now. So I'm giving you an array. So here we have. So maybe I can put here. Hmm, it's an integer of array. So we have numbers 4, 6, 9, 3, 1. Of course, we know the maximum is 9. So this one should give you an answer of 9. Max element, you need to find the maximum element. How will you do it? Please see. Don't use inbuilt method like sort. Arrays.sort will give you automatically, but don't use. And then you can go the zero index, but don't use that. Try to build it using logic. Yeah, fine. So we need to find the maximum element. Yeah, attendance sheet ma'am is sending again. Those who have not filled up, please fill it up. Okay, in next 2 minutes, we are going to go with the solution of this. So we have an array and we want to find the maximum element from an array. Just 1 more minute. Yeah, if you are able to, no issues, very good. If you are not able to code, we'll do it together. So now let's try to go with the solution. So here we come and we know the solution already, but then we want to have it programmatic way. Let's go with an approach. I believe Abdul has sent the same approach. I'm trying his approach only. Thanks, Abdul. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it will work. And I is equals to 0. I is less than array dot length. We are traversing through the entire array and incrementing it one by one. So now we are putting an if condition. If array of I means each element in an array is greater than max, then what you do is you assign the max to the array of I. You go whichever max you get, first it will store 4, then 6 is greater, so it will remove 4, it will go store 6, then 9 is greater, so then it will remove 6, it will store 9. 3 is not greater, so it will keep 9. 1 is not greater, so it will keep 9. So now let's try to see. Max, and let's try to see the result. I'm pretty sure it will work. See, we get 9 here. If we had 16 here, so now 16 would be the answer because 16 is the maximum element. If we had 32 here, 34 here maybe, now 34 would be maximum. Understood this question, students? And this was Abdul's solution, to be really honest. I had a different solution, but then of course, this solution was better than my solution, so I took his solution. Thank you, Abdul. Very good. So now the last question for the day. What is a Armstrong number? Anyone, any idea? I was taking using a, okay, Abdul wants to know my code solution. I was supposed to go with the static method. So wherein I would use a same approach, but then I would make a static method for this. So if Abdul wants to see, of course, I'll show you. But then, of course, yours one, I was thinking of making static method so that students do understand what is static method as well. Okay, fine. Okay, one curly brace is missing. Fine. Okay. Just I'll show you what I was supposed to code. But then, of course, I'll take this one in the static and find max. Just a syntax difference. Nothing great. Fine. And then, of course, here we will come and we'll take the argument as int array. Fine. And then, of course, we'll take this particular line down here. For those of you who don't know, it's just a syntax variance, nothing else. And then, of course, this one would be max plus find max argument of array. So exactly, yeah. Abdul got it, fine, very good. Exactly. So it is basically a palindrome number. Sorry, not a palindrome, but then of course Armstrong number. So Armstrong number can be 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit, any number. You can have a 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit number. For example, 370, 371, 153. They are all 3-digit Armstrong numbers. So now what is the logic behind it? Most of the students don't know, so I'm explaining you. See, 370 is an Armstrong number. Why I'm telling is if you see my notebook here, notepad, so 370, it has 3 digits, correct? Break it down like this. So 3 to the power of 3, 3 threes are 9, 9 threes are 27. This one would be the first number because it is 3 again. For 7, 7 sevens are 49, and 49 into 7, I am also using calculator, 343, because I don't know. And then 0 times 3 would be 0 into 0 into 0. So 343 plus 27. If you do it, you get 370 back. So Armstrong can be a 4 digit as well as a 5 digit number. So there is a misconception that you have only 3 digit numbers as Armstrong. No. See, 1634 is also a Armstrong number. 153 because it has 3 numbers. So 1 cube, 5 cube, 3 cube. So you have 3 digit and 4 digit Armstrong numbers. So I want you to write the code for Armstrong number. Yeah, it's Ridhima, it can be cube or maybe quadratic also. Cube or 4 power. Cube means power of 2. It can be a 4 digit number also. That is fine. 3 digit also, it's fine. Yes, Aryan. I'll share it with ma'am and she'll upload it on YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube, of course, you get it, but then she'll update it on LMS. So I want you to write the code for Armstrong number. Write the code for Armstrong number. Is the logic understood? What is an Armstrong number? Wow. Rizima has given also, very good. So this is maybe the last code that we'll be doing. And then of course, it's going to be the end of the session. I give you maybe 2 minutes to write the code. If not, we'll do it together, okay? Or maybe I'll give you this as a homework. Armstrong number. Like yesterday I gave some homework. Today I'm giving you this as homework. Armstrong number. Mhm. Fine. So this one will be a homework. Armstrong number. Those who have done it, well and fine. Those who have not done it, you can ask. Okay, I've got the code already. With the scanner, Jella has done. Of course, you can take input from user or you can write your own words. Okay, Abdul, you need to write code for Armstrong number. Okay, I'll come here and I'll give you a number. Okay, I'll give you the question. You need to find the answer. That's it. So maybe I'll come in and tell int num is equals to 153, and you need to write the logic for this one and find it out if this one is an Armstrong number or it's not an Armstrong number. Okay, Abdul, hope you understood what is the question. Bhavya, for your question, Shweta ma'am, she is sending the attendance link. You can chat with her and maybe find the solution because she has the access for recordings and all. Yeah, of course, for coding related doubts, you can ask me, but then for other doubts, ma'am is the best person to answer. So let's see what all we did today. We saw how do we reverse a word in Java using an array? How do we reverse a number in Java? What is palindrome? It was a continuation. How to find max element, counting vowels in a particular word, counting characters in a word. Armstrong number is pending. Anagram, of course, if the two words using same alphabets. And then this was something very important. How you calculate the time complexity. What is O of 1 and what is O of n? O of n takes n number of operations for your input. Your input will be your argument. We are making a parameter here. This is called parameter. When we are making a function or a method, and when we are calling, it is called argument. And then, of course, fast. This one takes a faster way. So many of the beginners, they are even confused in what is a parameter and what is an argument. So I'll just share a simple image that will make your confusion very sorted. So when we make a function, we pass parameters. When we call a function, we give arguments. This is your roadmap for DSA. If anybody is interested. The only best thing that I would suggest is practice. Keep on practicing. See, earlier, those who are a bit pro, for you, even string questions and array questions were very hard. Now you know, okay, fine. String and array questions you can do very easily. So then you move to linked list and then you go to stacks and queues. Binary search, graph, recursion, of course, they are there. But then, of course, most of the time you see it's repeated thing only. And this is your big O notation. There are many things to it. I guess this chart is not very clear. But of course, I do have few more charts and maybe our this code itself teaches you a lot. There is a website called Bigo that will help you to understand Bigo notation. Those who are really interested in understanding deeper things in Bigo notation. So basically, here if you see big O, if I put big O chart. So this is a website. Know the complex. From here only, you will get a very clear understanding. bigocheatsheet.com. If anybody is interested, you can go to this website. And this was the chart that I was showing you. Your time complexity, best case, worst case. If you understand this chart also, it's more than sufficient, to be honest. Okay, so if there are any doubts, please feel free to ask me, or else we'll again meet tomorrow. Just make sure that you complete the assignment. There's only just one assignment given to you, and the assignment is not very hard. Just you need to write the code for an Armstrong number. Most few of you have already written it. Of course, I've seen in the chart. But then I would appreciate if everybody tries. So anyone, any doubts? If you have doubts, please feel free to ask. Neha. Yeah. Okay, Neha. Fine. Yeah, good. She has written the code. Dhanushri, all clear. Okay, madam. Fine. So if you have no doubts, you can leave the session. Like we are going to anyways end the session in 1 or 2 minutes, and no code can be completed in 1 or 2 minutes. So see you all tomorrow at the same time. Okay, reverse of a string program you want to see once. No problem, sir. So I guess for palindrome or reverse of string, okay, reverse of string was done yesterday, I guess. Yeah. Yes, sir. This is the reverse of string program, sir. Okay, Bhavya, you want to know the topics, ma'am? You can see here. This at the left is showing you the topics. Yeah, please mark the attendance. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. So we have done with this. Only one Armstrong number is pending. Again, we'll do that tomorrow. Or these are the questions that have been done. Fine. So thank you, students, for your cooperation. Most welcome, dear. Fine. Reverse word. Okay, reverse a word you want. Okay, sir. I'll share it. Thanks, Aryan. Fine. So reverse a word. Let me also see. Yeah, reverse a word. Sir, this one is the reverse a word, sir. If you see, there are more similar. Reverse a string and just we convert them into an array. Thanks, Bhavya. Thank you. Okay, so we all can leave. Okay, Sushmita ma'am, should we end the session?
Sir, we can wind up, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you all. Good night.
Good night.